back, guys. Well, today I'm back out at the hut again, this time on the river. Let's grab some fish. Here's my free bill all set up again. A lot easier to set up when the wind isn't so high. The wind's coming out of the southwest, about 10 kilometers an hour, so that's a lot better than when I was out here the last time putting up the tent in those high winds. I want to show you guys over here, there is a fishing village just offshore. Every year everybody sets up their fishing hut. Some over there have got smoke coming out of them, so they've got a wood fire burning. Pretty much the only person out here on this part of the ice. It's about, I don't know, 35 centimeters or more of snow on top of the ice, so I had to shovel today. What a day to get out and enjoy the last few weeks of winter for us. Not too long and the ice will be melting, so I'm trying to seize every opportunity I have to get out on the ice and just relax and have a good time. Just out of the tent, want to show you some of these drifts here. Holy moly. Oh. Should have kind of brought my snowshoes actually. Look over there, those big ridges. Guys are having lots of fun going over those on the snow machines today. Got my little shovel. See down here I've got some wire on there. One of my friends, Norm, did that on one of his shovels. I don't know if that was axe or something like that. I can't remember, this was years ago. So anyway, I've always done that just so I'd have a little bit extra wire if I ever ran into a problem and needed it for something. It's a good idea. The little sled hasn't disappointed. I'm really happy with it. So glad I braided up a new line to tow it. I always just tie it to the hut here, in case my anchors fail or in case, you know, something wants to blow away on me. This is my setup in here, as always. Wow, it is sure nice and warm in here. Love it. Oh, well, the perch are biting today. This is a good thing. A little bit too small, but that means there's bigger guys down there. So let's chuck this guy back in there and keep on fishing. I'm fishing about, I don't know, just a few feet off bottom. Like I'm kind of hitting bottom and then I'm kind of cranking up a little bit. So I'm just a few feet above bottom, above a weed bed here. The ice itself is pretty deep. Lots of reflections there, sorry. But you can see the first part of the ice there is pretty white. Now that's just snow. That's not the actual ice itself. The ice is a grayer part below. See the top part of my tent in the reflection, but see that the ice itself is actually the gray part. The white part is snow, so I really had to shovel away, you know, about 35-40 centimeters of snow, and there's additional snow right there, and then the ice, so it's a little bit of a current down there. Got my little fraybill rod here. Works pretty well. Have to have patience doing this. The fish don't always bite like crazy. But when they do, it's lots of fun. I'm just going to show you what I'm fishing with today. It looks like a little perch, and it's got a scented waxworm on there. What's for lunch? Well, I've got some minestrone soup. Alright, just finished my lunch, and boom, another fish bites. That's awesome. This little perch. They're not jumbos, but I can feel them sort of nibbling along my, nibbling on my line there. It's a beauty. I don't know about you guys recording ice fishing videos, but I find it really hard to record and fish at the same time. Like I have to remember I'm out here to fish first, because I find if I really get into trying to record the fishing, then I end up losing the fish. So I gotta remember to set the hook, get the fish in, and turn you guys back on to show you what I got. I don't have someone to help me video today, and I find that because, you know, the fishing's not always like, you know, really hot, you know, you have to kind of you know, to have the camera running all the time pointed at the hole is really impractical. Then you have to look through like hours of footage. So I'd rather just turn it on once I get a fish. The days are getting warmer here, so it's so much nicer compared to when it was, you know, in the minus 15, minus 16, minus 20, minus 30 weather. So, you know, today I think it's about like minus 3 or something like that. It's really nice. The sun is so warm beating in on me in the tent here. It's awesome. There's my tea. I'm not entirely sure why that's kind of foamy, but it's kind of gross. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully I rinsed out all the soap when I cleaned it. There's my So this is my little Stanley Cup set, and I'm really sad because I was out here fishing literally on the weekend, and the lid for this went down the hole. Like, it bounced and then rolled into the hole, and I couldn't get it out. It was so sad. So I'm kind of sad that I've got some of my own pollution in the bottom of the river here, and also that I lost the lid to my Stanley Cup set. So we're gonna have to make another one because I really love that kit. I think it's great. Super convenient to have out here to make my tea or soup or whatever. So bummer. Well, at least it wasn't my phone or something else that went down the hole, but it never fails. Like, why is it that stuff always like gets away from you and ends up like where you don't want it to be? I was not going to be sticking my arm deep down into that hole to go find my stuff. Forget it. A few people out in Skidoo today, so you can hear them zipping around by me. And they're having lots of fun because like there's huge dunes on the river, and so they're just like popping over top of them, so it's lots of fun. Still gotta be really careful though, because you know, some parts there is a current and the snow is masking some thin ice, so always gotta be really careful. I mean, you can't assume that the ice is safe all the way across just because it's snow covered. There could definitely be some open areas. Like I showed you here with the hole, like there's quite a lot of just like mushy snow, and as I just dig through about 3 or 4 inches, the water starts welling up from the bottom. So it is safe out here for walking and skidooing out this far, but I don't know if you're to head way out toward the Quebec side, if if the ice is stable in the middle. There is quite a current here. It's not too bad, like right where I'm at right now, but you can definitely see when I drop my lure down, it kind of drifts a little bit, kind of going that way. So you just want to be super careful, because if you fall through the ice and there's a current, you could get sucked right under, and then that's going to be like, how the heck are you going to get back to the open hole to get out of the sorry, I was just hearing a noise there. It's actually my tea boiling. So to get out, you're going to have a really hard time trying to get out of the hole. So remember, safety always. Just changed my little fuel canister there. Got to heat up the tent. It's getting a little bit cool now that the sun's kind of going down. But boy, this thing kicks off a lot of heat. So I just turned it on for a few minutes, and the hut is like a sauna in here. It's nice. Just had a couple more bites of perch, but I didn't do a very good job at setting the hook. I got a little too excited and pulled up a little too quickly there, so that's not so good. But anyway, they're still biting, which is exciting. And usually around this time, we're getting towards 4 or 5 o'clock. A new crew of fish starts biting, so I'm hoping to get a little bit more before the end of my trip. Quite often when I'm in the hut, I listen to audiobooks. And the one I'm listening to right now is Becoming by Michelle Obama, and it is really, really good. I highly recommend it. It's a biography of her life. Let me know if you guys are reading any books. What are they? Are there any audiobooks that you guys recommend? Put them down below in the comments. Just as the sun's going down, I want to give you guys an update on my little UCO lantern that I bought a little while back. Overall, I like it. I think it's kind of a cool idea. It's nice to have a lantern that's, very good in terms of like not getting blown out by the wind and stuff like that. One concern I have with it though is that I don't think it, the candles last as long as they should, but I think they're great like to have in your car, or maybe to like heat a very small tent. One concern I have with it though is that when it burns, the wax tends to run in between this the metal and the little holder for the candle in there. So what happens is at the end of the day, you kind of can't close it because the wax is all building up. So let me show you. So you open this up, and look what happened there. The wax is just spilling over onto the candle holder. So that's a real pain to clean out. It also, you guys can see that, but also gets in on the glass there too. So, they recommend to, put this in the freezer, then you can sort of chip off the wax. I find for the wax that you get on the inside of the glass here, what you can do is just take the glass out and put a little bit of warm water on. That'll help dissolve the wax, or basically get the wax off the glass, not dissolve it. But yeah, this is really frustrating because it really prevents me from closing it. So far this is about 5 hours of burning for the candle, maybe 4 or 5. So it's, I don't know, maybe it would last another hour or 2. So maybe 6 or 7 hours you get out of one candle. I guess that's not too bad. I purchased many candles. I don't know if there'd be any difference, working with the beeswax candle or not. Anyway, that's just my little update on the The UCO candle, I think it's pretty cool, but it does make a bit of a mess. I know that's one of the major complaints that people say on the Mountain Equipment Co-op website is that, yeah, the wax spills over and it's a little bit challenging to clean. So, yeah, I agree with that. Out of stars rating, I would probably give it a 3 out of 5. Well, the fish aren't really biting anymore, so I'm going to get ready to head out and head back home. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week. Take care.